You see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Ayurvedic cooking documentary footage. So I'm going to stop and I want to just say a few words for a second. Basically, what I want you to look at is how they prepare the food. Okay, that's really important. Ayurveda, okay, first of all, everything's fresh, it's not processed, but the way they chop is important because that is part of the Ayurvedic culinary tradition. Is like you don't just throw a cabbage, or you don't just throw an acorn in there. You chop it up and then you cook it. So everything's chopped up and then you cook it. So I just want to share that. All right, here we go. Those are beets. That's some sort of Indian. I haven't seen that in the States. It's like an Indian cucumber. And look at them. Look at babies. They're doing that with just a knife. There's no what? 4? Nope.
Vera, tell us what they're cooking.
Oh yeah. Okay. 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 That's a good. I'm going to pause right there. Hey, Christy, welcome. So here's the thing. I don't really know. I mean, I, they didn't speak English, right? So I couldn't ask them too many questions. And then it was hard to get a translator because the only translators are the doctors, and the doctors are super busy all the time. But the staff, they don't speak like good English, and so you kind of just gathered that it was vegetables. It was I don't eat gluten, I don't eat flour, I don't eat sugar. So I would just oftentimes just say, like, does this have sugar? Does this have flour? And they would just tell me yes or no. But it's, I know that's the unfortunate thing. I don't really know. I just ate it. And there was different foods for depending on when you were doing the detoxing. So I'll explain, like for when I went through a major detox, I was only doing vegetables and porridge. They call it vegetables and porridge. And porridge consists of bulgur wheat. It was bulgur wheat and or no and or white rice. Not the healthiest in the block, but and so there's no raw in Ayurveda. There's no raw in Ayurveda. So it's all cooked, because raw, according to Ayurveda, takes a lot of time for digestion that your body can then eat more easily, put towards healing.
Okay.
And so right now I am eating raw, but I'm blending it. I'm like making it more palatable, because if you're eating raw broccoli, I mean, that is very, sorry, I don't know, sorry, that's very hard on your digestive system.
Okay.
So Ayurveda is all about cooking, 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 but yeah, I mean, it's I wish I could tell you, this is this vegetable, this is this vegetable. And some things are just native to India. So I'm going to keep going on, because it's pretty interesting, right? To look at this footage. I mean, I think it is. When I was there, I was like so mesmerized by all this. Okay. And just with a knife, which is like a straight up knife. Those are beets.
Wait, to get there, like 14 hours. 14? 79.
So that's a dal. That's a dal. This is a dal. And so it's a very popular dish in India, the dal. There it is. And it's usually got some beans inside of it. And the outside is not flour. It's not flour. It's a lentil base, actually. Yeah, they assured me, although I didn't eat it, that there was no flour in it. So that's
It would be like lentils mixed with rice.
Yeah.
It looks like a dosa. Is what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And there's no gluten in that.
Sorry, did I just say dal? I meant dosa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A dal is the bean stuff that is inside.
Dal is lentils. Dal is lentils.
Yeah. Dal is lentils, and this is
dosa.
Dosa. I'm sorry. But yeah, this was a very popular dish. And you see that on the right side? That's the porridge. It's basically white rice in water. And they give you this during purgations and during detox sessions, which we'll go into more detail.
No, I'm looking.
But yeah. And so just, just to say, these women, this is all they do all day. All right. This is all they do all day. So it's like, put yourself in the framework of what they're doing, and it's an art. I mean, for them, it's art, I think.
Name? Coriander powder. Okay.
Coriander powder. And look how much coriander.
Turmeric.
Which meal is this? Breakfast, lunch, dinner?
What meal is this? Great question. I don't remember. I think maybe lunch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. Any questions while I pause for a second? Hey, May. Okay. I'm going to keep going here. And I'm sorry, it's a little overexposed, and I put it together earlier today, and I didn't check the exposure. I'm so sorry, but hopefully it's not too let it out. Okay. I believe that's quinoa. Yeah. Oh, and then they're making curry fish. So they have a local, they have a local little tributary of fish, and they pull fish out, and then they make the fish, but the fish are super bony and, and very challenging to get through. So this is the only type of meat there is, and only some people get this. But there's no. Actually, that's not true. There's chicken. They have chicken as well, but only certain doshas are allowed to have meat. Oh, look, there's the eyeball. There's the eye. There's a whole fish in there. But only certain doshas are allowed to have meat. If you have a dosha that is not aligned to meat, then you will not have meat. We had to ask for meat sometimes. Like I wanted fish one day and I had to ask for it. You can't just get it. You have to make sure your doctor says it's okay. See, that's coconut. That's coconut.
This coconut milk. Mm-hmm. This milk. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Coconut milk and coconut. And they make these little like coconut patties. But this is the coconut milk just for the curry. This isn't the patties. This is for the curry. But you see how it's all they literally do it by hand. Even the coconut. Everything is by hand. Here's more of the vegetables. Definitely a lot of salt used at times. There's the quinoa cooking.
Why is it called Ayurvedic?
Ayurveda?
Yeah.
Ayurveda means the science of healing.
Oh, okay.
It's a Sanskrit word.
Oh. Okay.
Ayurveda. And Ayur means science of life, I think, Ayurveda. But I know it means the science of life. I can't remember exactly what Ayur and Veda means in Sanskrit, but I'll get back to you on that in just a second. Hold on. Let me go back here. Yeah. Okay. So I thought it was really cool the part with the coconut. That was really neat. All right.
Is it spicy?
No, it's not. So yeah, it comes from the Sanskrit words Ayur, life, and Veda, science or knowledge.
Okay.
So that's what it's all about.
പാത്രം വേണം എനിക്കതാ.
Uh-oh. Okay. That's oopsie. Oh, I realize. Okay. Sorry about that there. Thank you. That's breakfast.
Oh,
Okay. I think that my mic wasn't working, but I'm basically saying I'm eating this because I'm fasting right now. And so I'm fasting because I'm just eating the vegetables, which are beets and porridge. So when you're doing the fasting, you're just eating very basically. And it's, some fasting is no food at all. For them, you do have some food in the fast.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yummy. I can eat that. Wheat. Yes, bulgur wheat. Very nice. Thank you. That's breakfast. Beautiful. Hello. Good morning. Namaste. What's that?
It's rice.
Yeah. Rice for breakfast?
No.
No. For lunch? Okay. All right.
There is a drawer where we are linked with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
It's like a secret Santa, or not secret Santa, but let's say.
Do we bring gifts?
Exactly.
Oh, so we bring a gift?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
But it can be a very small gift.
I'm going to bring a lot of gifts. I'm just kidding.
You have gifts to give.
This is my breakfast. They tried to give me this rice ball thing, but I don't really eat the rice ball things. I just eat rice or quinoa. Just keep it really simple. But this is breakfast now. Vegetables and oatmeal. Very healthy, very filling. Because I was hungry. I love this. This is the puja oatmeal, which means it's made during the puja. Yeah. This was everyone's favorite dish. I never ate it because I think it might have had flour in it, but this was a lot of people's favorite dish. Oh, sorry, where am I going here? And she wraps it in a banana leaf and then cooks it. So this like pasty doughy thing that she wraps in a banana leaf and then cooks it, steams and cooks it. And then it adds this kind of like sweet paste inside with like dates and other sweet things that this is why I didn't have it, because I think it had like honey or sugar or something in it. Maybe not like table sugar, but like something that I couldn't have. So I didn't eat these. But everyone loved them. It's like a desserty kind of breakfast thing. And everything is done handmade, hand done. And it's, they just, this is what they do all day long. There's no music or anything. They're just like, in the kitchen. So there's only a minute left, guys, just in case you're wondering. That is not milk. That is the dough for
idli. What is it?
It's like a doughy. I think it's part of like how they make the dosa.
Yeah, it's the dosa batter.
Yeah, the dosa batter. Yeah, there's very little dairy. I didn't really see much dairy at all. I didn't see. I don't remember seeing dairy. So yeah, sorry again. It was a little overexposed. That's something that happens in my editing program, and I have to manually go in and help that. Yeah, so basically I was sharing, remember I said that they had oatmeal as part of the puja, and we're going to talk more about the puja and what that consists of. But basically, they make an oatmeal during this ritual of having a spiritual ritual every morning. It's called a puja, where the doctor and the patients all come together and do a fire ritual. And in Sanskrit, they chant over and over again, and then they make oatmeal. I know, it's like, what? Yeah, they make a dedication oatmeal that is very yummy. It has dates in it. It's just naturally sweet from the dates, and it's cooked amongst the fire from the rituals. And the ritual starts at 5:30 a.m. and then they have a ritual that night that is like around 5 p.m. So the doctor begins and ends the day with these pujas, these rituals. And they make chapatis at the I think dinner time. In the morning it might be oatmeal, and then dinner time is chapati offerings. It's offering to the gods. It's like the gods are hungry and this is what they want to eat, from my perspective, but it could be totally something different from the perspective while they're making it. I don't know, Rebecca, do you want to say anything about that?
I mean, from what I like, kind of my limited experience, I would say that, yeah, it's definitely like an offering to the gods. Yeah. You put food aside for them, and
right.
You leave it there.
And I was more than happy to eat their food. It's just so good. I didn't eat the chapatis, but I ate the oatmeal. And
like I feel like in an arti ceremony or something, there's usually some kind of prasad at the end, some kind of food that they give everybody that's
right. Right.
kind of like blessed.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to be bringing you guys more of the footage. I think next week I want to talk about the panchakarma, which is it's one of the 5 ways of detoxing, and it's administered by 2 women who give you this kind of massage for an hour with this oil. And I videotape myself getting the massage. So I want to show you about the panchakarma. It's very hard to get in the US because it's so labor intensive and it'd be very expensive. But in India, not so expensive. So and it's a really powerful experience for, detoxing the body, getting all the toxins out. That's the whole point of being in the hospital, was to rid yourself of disease, whatever disease you have. And I was the only one with cancer. There were other people there, mostly in their 60s and 70s, dealing with different issues. So it depends. It depends on the time that you're there. Depends on who's there with you. It's mostly Europeans. Americans are not quite. They're not so exposed to Ayurveda the way that Europeans are. And a lot of people from the Netherlands, and also we had a girl from Israel, we had a girl from Bali. So it's very, very international. We had French people, we had German people, and Canadians. Yeah. Any questions more about the food? I feel like I should know more about what we were eating, and I apologize that I don't, because I was just taking it in, and as much as I wanted to know about everything, sometimes it was really hard because no one spoke their language, and they're not speaking Hindi. They're speaking a dialect of that is very unique to that region, and it's it's very hard to understand if even if you do speak Hindi.
I wanted to just ask if you know, well, I didn't see like a lot of oil used, but I know like if you're cooking in stainless steel, you probably have to use some. I didn't know if you knew like kind of how like kind of how frequently they use oil in their cooking, and then also like what kind of oil they use.
Yeah, right. A lot of coconut oil, I think. And then I mean, it felt to me like the food wasn't oily.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure that they were using like olive oil or whatever was native to that region.
Yeah.
But the food wasn't oily, it was very fresh and flavorful. It was very fresh and flavorful. Yeah, May? May, do you have a question? Yeah, you raised your hand. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so I was wondering, as far as the oil, do they only use the ghee for the drinking for the panchakarma, or do they use it in the cooking as well?
Great question. That is a great question. I didn't notice any ghee when I went into the kitchen. And the kitchen is outside, and I didn't see like vats of ghee. I would have like said, because Rebecca asked me, about the oil. I think the ghee is used more as a medicine. And like ghee is clarified butter. It's a very condensed form of butter that's also it's a condensed form of butter, but it's used medicinally in Ayurveda, and we use it. We would take it daily for the transmutation of our medicine, as a way to get the medicine into our body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, thank you.
Great question. Great question. Yeah. I mean, I miss it. I miss that. I miss it so much because it was so nice every day to just have cooked meals. It just was really nice to have meals already prepared. I don't have to think about them. They were just there. So, you know, was just grateful to have such healthy, because you can go to a place and you can go to an all-inclusive resort, but you're not going to get that kind of freshness. You're just not, where they're sitting there cutting in front of you. No, you're not going to get that. This was like every day prepared, fresh.
Mm-hmm.
That's also I feel like it's very cultural in India, but it just kind of amazes me how much of Ayurveda is it's just like intertwined in Indian culture, and it's just part of it because I just from watching my, former in-laws cook and be in the kitchen, like it's just all, intertwined, and they know why they're using like turmeric, and they know why they're using certain things and the purpose of it for health.
Right.
It's just so interesting to see.
And you know what I love seeing? I loved seeing the leaves inside the different herbs inside the food. They just kind of left it in there.
Those look like curry leaves, and you leave those
Yeah.
whole. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you see other herbs, at times too. And you literally just see the leaf, and you would just eat the leaf. And the doctor, advised us to always put fresh fresh coriander, or try to put something fresh in your meal. Like have a little pot in your kitchen with different herbs and chives or parsley, and just throw it in. Even you don't have to have a garden outside. He just said always try to put something fresh into your food.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, any other questions? And if not, I'll just let you guys go. But thank you for coming tonight and watching some of my documentary footage. And it's I haven't looked at it in a month and a half, because it's so nostalgic for me, to be honest. I made friends with all those friends without talking, and they just let me into their world. And there was nobody else doing anything like I was doing, and I don't think anybody is going to be doing that for a while, of like just spending just so much time with them. I mean, I have more footage even of this. I'm sorry you didn't see, but there's a woman like shredding the coconut, shredding the coconut. This woman, she's, probably in her 70s, and she's shredding the coconut all day, and she's got like these arms. This is what happens when you shred coconut all day and don't sit on your butt and watching TV or something, So strong. She was so strong. And then I have tons of footage of the herbs, and I have the doctor talking about the different kinds of herbs. So that's what we're going to talk about too. Either next week or the week after, is just like the herbs. And I interviewed the doctor talking about the herbs. So yes, I have that. I also have interviews with the doctor about the food too. So I'll be bringing you that as we go along, because I have so much footage I want to share. And I just started going through it, guys, because I just needed space from it for a little bit. And now I can properly go into it. So thanks for being here along the road. And I'm so glad you made it tonight. Welcome to our platform.
Thank you.
Anne does not have cancer, but she is on our board, and she wants to learn about what we're doing. So thank you. Okay, guys. So thank you. Have a beautiful evening.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.